Hello YouTube, it's me again, and I want to talk about what's going on in Charlotte and Tulsa. I'm going to make a real quick observation, and I think it's something that is pretty obvious, I think, to anyone analyzing the situation. They're executing policy right now. The lack of hesitation on the part of the police officers in both Charlotte, Tulsa, and elsewhere indicate that they are engaged in policy. They are doing what they've been trained to do, what they've been told to do. And what they're trying to do, I believe, is amp up racial tensions in preparation for the economic collapse. When the economy implodes, they want people busy fighting against each other as opposed to focusing on the government, which would have failed us as a result of the economic implosion. I believe that if you go back to some of the hiring guidelines that they established for police officers several years ago, they were looking for veterans of Afghanistan and Iraq. They were looking for people who had combat experience, people who had been desensitized to killing, people who could kill on a dime without hesitation. Those are the people they put in the uniform. These are people who objectively would not qualify to wear a police uniform because of that very quality. That characteristic would disqualify them. But it hasn't. It's made them prime targets for employment in police departments in both big and small cities throughout the United States. Black people, black men are the targets. And the reactions in Charlotte, Dallas, are exactly what they were hoping for. Now, I'm not here to criticize people destroying property in Charlotte, North Carolina. I think you do what you got to do to get people's attention. People want to tell us that we should be happy, that we're in America, and we should shut up. They need to feel the pain. They need to feel the pain that we feel when we deal with the fact that we're under threat. When we deal with the fact that our neighbors, our brothers, people that look like us are being murdered for nothing. Now, I've heard people say that this is all false flag, crisis actors, etc. But this is the point. It doesn't really matter. The message is clear. We're targets. And these people show no remorse. You know, I saw a picture of one of the rioters, and he had a bandana over his face, and he had his hands up, and he was in the face of one of these cops in riot gear. And I was thinking to myself, the brother should really take a look into the eyes of this cop, because this cop does not see him. This cop is looking through him. This cop doesn't have a human emotion in his body. He is on autopilot. He's going to do whatever he's told to do and he could care less about the consequences. He could care less about who he hurts. That is not his concern. So I hope people who put themselves in confrontational situations are properly assessing the situation and are prepared for the possible responses. What I would tell you is that it's probably going to intensify, probably going to go from every other week to once a week to a couple of times a week, where people are being shot, people are being killed by policemen all over the United States, whether it's in Chicago, Detroit, Tulsa, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Seattle, whether it's in Omaha, Nebraska, whether it's in Florida, Texas, it really doesn't matter. It's going to happen more and more. What they want is they want an excuse for implementing a national police action. Some people call it martial law. I'm not sure if they'll call it that, but they'll come up with an excuse where they'll bring in the troops, the National Guard, and other forces to occupy black neighborhoods or the periphery of black neighborhoods to control our actions. Why do they want to control our actions? Because the economic collapse is imminent. They want to control our actions. They want to keep us from gaining access to food and other resources that other people will be competing for. This is a very well planned out plan that they're executing right now. We need to be careful and we need to take precautions. If you are one of these people protesting, rioting, you need to take care of your personal situation. You need to take possession of all the things you need to survive: water, toilet paper, food, etc. You need to know that you're going to be under siege at some point in the future. I'm not predicting when, but I feel that I can read the writing on the wall. It's pretty clear that they intend to do something on a major level. That's why the geographies are not concentrated, and that's why I believe it's policy. I remember, when I was younger, there were quite a few police shootings in Philadelphia, New York City, and they were consistently happening in the same neighborhoods, consistently happening in the same cities. This is spread out. They're trying to incite black people everywhere. If this was happening in Chicago and Philadelphia primarily, or New York or Atlanta, I could believe that it was a localized problem, but it's not. And because of that, I believe that this is being orchestrated by CIA, FEMA, and it has sanction at the highest level, Obama. So just be careful. Those are my thoughts. Eager to hear what you have to say. Sorry for the low key. I'm a little tired today, and I don't have the energy that I would like, but I do want to get my message out, get my thoughts out. Take care.